Real Madrid. I don't understand you guys anymore. Like, I don't understand you guys anymore. What is really your plan for next season? Like, what is your plan for next season? A few days ago, it was Michael Olise. Real Madrid are going for Michael Olise. A few minutes ago, it was Rodri. Real Madrid are stepping up talks for Rodri. And now, just a few minutes later, you guys are now just sending 100 million euros bid for Jan Diomande. And RB Leipzig even had the guts to reject that bid. Look, I do not see what RB Leipzig see in this boy, because of this boy, I watched every single Ivory Coast match in the World Cup, and I did not even see 80 million euros in him. I did not. If this boy is truly 130 million euros, I think Amad Diallo should be 500 million euros. I'm sorry, this guy is like Semenyo light, Timu Semenyo, low budget Semenyo, cheap Semenyo. This guy is not even close to 80 million euros. He had one decent season in the Bundesliga, one breakout season, and now RB Leipzig are trying to scam everybody. Real Madrid knew that they were going to reject this bid, because it is this same 90 plus 10 million, 100 million that Liverpool sent and it got rejected. It is this same bid. Real Madrid sent 100 million official bid to RB Leipzig this week. 90 plus 10 million add-on proposal on the table. RB Leipzig have rejected as they asked for more than 100 million to let Diomande leave. Real Madrid remain in talks. PSG for weeks, but no agreement yet. Real Madrid, what is your plan for next season? Because you had 2 trophyless seasons, you want to murder everyone, you want to kill everyone. Hide your players. Because if you guys are buying Diomande, does that mean Vinicius Junior is leaving? Because I do not even know his future, because I know that if Diomande comes in, Kylian Mbappe will want to play on the left wing. If Vinicius is to leave, Mbappe will want to play on the left. So you guys now need a natural striker. But you guys are going for Jan Diomande because you had two trophyless seasons, and I don't even know what kind of juju Leipzig have done, because Arsenal, Man City, and Liverpool and PSG are all back in talks. Liverpool are back in talks for this boy. Yes, I do not see why this boy should cost more than 50 million euros. Maximum 60 million euros. He had a decent season in the Bundesliga. It wasn't even a Lamine Yamal kind of season. A decent season with just like 18 goals. And now you are pricing this boy at 130 million euros. This is not what Real Madrid need. This boy is a total scam. Total scam. This boy is not worth like, bro, on a good day, 60 million euros is his best price. But 100 million euros is too much. Leipzig is too much. I watched every single match of the World Cup, and I repeat, I watched every single match of the World Cup, and I repeat again, I watched every single Ivory Coast match of the World Cup. Yes, in the first few matches, he completed some dribbles. He was very, very good. But I will say it and say it again, that if this guy is worth 130 million euros, that means Amad Diallo should be worth like close to 400 million euros, because Amad Diallo comprehensively performed better than him for Ivory Coast in the World Cup. Apart from his dribbling and his take-ons, this is an average player. I do not see anything in this boy that Liverpool don't already have, or PSG don't already have, or even Real Madrid already have. Keep in mind, this boy is just like Hendrick. In fact, Hendrick is better than this guy. 100 million euros is too much. It is too much. And if Real Madrid somehow find a way to persuade Leipzig to selling this boy for cheaper than 130 to, let's say, 150 million euros, it will be the scam of the year. Because I'm telling you, if this guy had one decent season in the Bundesliga, it is not even guaranteed that when he moves to La Liga and he's playing at the biggest stage like the Champions League, a constant starter, I do not see this guy getting even 5 goals in the Champions League. Because I've watched every single Ivory Coast match, and apart from his dribbling, this guy is not any sensational player. His passing is average, bro. He's like Semenyo light. Temu Semenyo. This guy is nowhere near Semenyo. And then Real Madrid, Jose Mourinho has approved Jan Diomande as top target for Real Madrid, and with Jose Mourinho wanting this boy the most, makes me feel like he will not want Vinicius Junior, because Jose Mourinho is a strict manager. He's like a father. He's the father of Real Madrid now, and I don't think he wants any arrogant players in his team. Vinicius Junior wants the kind of salary that Kylian Mbappe has, and Papa Perez says no, we are not giving you that kind of money, which opens the door for Saudi to try and get Vinicius Junior and Arsenal to try and get Vinicius Junior. Understand, Yan Diomande has opened doors to Real Madrid move as positive talks took place over contract terms. Real Madrid will return with a new bid after 100 million package proposal rejected as reviewed. PSG in contact for weeks but no club to club deal so far. I just don't see what this boy has. Like I've been trying. I just want to see what this the coaches see so I can also know how good this boy is, because I'm telling you, on any good day, bro, this guy can be negotiated for 38 million euros. Because look at players like Ryan Cherki. Man City got Ryan Cherki for what? 28 million euros and like what? 8 million in add-ons. For Cherki. And Cherki came into the Premier League instantly. He brought waves. For France, he made waves. For bigger teams, Cherki has performed time and time again, saving Man City in the title race, even though they eventually lost. Cherki is a phenomenal player for 30 million euros. So I do not see why this guy should be more than 40 million euros. Yes, I'm telling you, this boy is not worth than 40 million euros. He doesn't have kind of Lamine Yamal talent. Estevan will clear this boy on any good day. Estevan will clear this guy. Leipzig are pricing. No, I know the current market and with inflation, but with inflation, the maximum, like the final price is 75 million euros for this guy. But bro, on any good day, this guy should cost you 50 to 60 million euros. That is his max price, because I do not see this guy costing more than 20 or 50 million euros. He is too expensive. Even look at Christopher Nkunku. Christopher Nkunku, when he was at RB Leipzig, was one of the best players in the Bundesliga. Yes, I will say that he was the best player in the Bundesliga. And even how much the Leipzig sell him? 60 million euros. He was what, 24, 22 years old. Christopher Nkunku, the Nkunku that came to Chelsea, 60 million euros is what Chelsea bought him for. Even with that, he dropped like 30 goals for Leipzig in the Champions League, like 8 goals. He was good in every single place he played, and he was sold for just 60 million euros. So this boy here should not be sold for anything more than 60 million euros. That is my final price. 75 is even too much for this guy. 60 million euros. He should not cost anything more. I do not know what Arsenal, I do not know what Man City too are ready to bring 100 million euros. Look, all of these big clubs bringing in this money. Have a feeling that this boy is going to flop, because bro, I do not like, if I saw what this guy was capable of doing, then I'll be like, yes, but bro, even for Ivory Coast, those dribbles he was doing, he was very, very inconsistent, indecisive, slow on the ball. It's too much. It's too much. It is too much, bro. I do not know what has happened to the current market, but this price